Agunir Shabbos Kodesh, Parshas Shemos, Tavshinayin Tesh 5779 from Yerushalayim Kodesh. You know, all the years in yeshiva, we're always taught, we're always educated about Golus Mitzrayim, the horrors that were in Mitzrayim. The Seder night we talk about the Tzias Mitzrayim. The Torah, for the most part, from this point, is about the Tzias Mitzrayim. We have very few psukim in Sefer in Parshas Shemos that describe the Golus of Mitzrayim. It's a few psukim in Parshas Shemos. Then we have 3.5 parshas that describe the last year, 210 years, and then we have 3.5 sperm that will describe the next 40 years to Eretz Yisrael. But the actual 210 years of Mitzrayim is written in a few psukim. Vayamas Yosef Chaladara Vayakam Melech Chodosh Asher Lo Yodas Yosef. You didn't know Yosef. Who was Yosef? Yosef was that 17-year-old kid thrown out of his parents' home, thrown out of his brothers threw him out. He's out of yeshiva. He's in the Shtufe Zima in the Potiphar's house, and the resiliency that Yosef has, that this new Pari has no clue what he's dealing with. Regardless, the dedication to the next 40 years, next 40 years, seems a bit lengthy and misproportionate to the 210 years written up in a couple of psukim. You know, I overheard recently two fellas talking, and one guy said, asked the other, he said, you know, how's it going? And I get a little bit of background. We'll call one guy Reuven and one guy Shimon. Reuven was married a number of years, waited for his kids, waited for children, the bracha of children. Shimon is his friend. And Shimon asked Reuven one day, he said, how things going? And very jokingly and nonchalantly, Reuven says, don't you love it when your kids wake you up to see the morning star? I can't get enough sleep. And Shimon very gently, very nicely, and delicately says to him, he says to him, Reuven, I want to ask you something. You remember that time before you had kids? And Reuven, and it was a while, and Reuven said, you know, come to think of it, we don't think about it much, that very dark period in our life. We don't think about that. You mention it, I'll remember it. We don't talk about it because not one day do I think about it since the day our first child, Baruch Hashem, was given to us from Hashem. So I think that's kind of the motive apparatus here. The message, the underlying message here in Parshas Shemos. Sometimes we find ourselves in very dark, bleak situations, and we're very, you know, it's very easy to just give up and get depressed. I'm stuck in this dark abyss, and there's no way out. We have to remind us that Parshas Shemos reminds us, the Sipur Yetzias Mitzrayim reminds us that a dark cloud For whatever reason, the dark cloud has to be here. It doesn't stay forever. It's a moment in time that afterwards, when that moment passes, and we're past that situation, and we can look back at it and say that was just a blip, and write it up in a couple of sentences about what was, and then what'll stay for eternity is the psukim that describe how we got out of there. That's the lengthy part, and that's the part we need to remember: is that the way out is so much more intense, and there's so much more. It's just so much more exciting than the little bit of time, the stint of time we did there, comparatively. I was davening that this dark cloud that we've been in for 2,000 years finally moves away. It creates room for the Or Nitzchi, the Or Agonus, by this dark light. With the Kedusha, with the Mashiach Tzidkenu to come quickly and speedily in our days, where we can look back a few moments after the arrival of Mashiach and write up the last 2,000 years in a couple of psukim. Klal Yisrael went into Golus. Hargum, they were killed, they were destroyed, they were tortured, chased from country to country. Until that day when Mashiach came. And that's when the story will begin, which we're waiting to see. That part of the story. And we'll be able to look back at this 2,000 years and write it up in a couple of psukim as a blip, as a moment in time, comparatively to the Or Nitzchi that will soon shine very quickly and speedily in our days, and we should be zecher to see it. And as always, thank you. Thank you for listening. Any comments, questions, or feedback, you can leave them in the comment section below.